The White House says President Biden will meet with Russian President Putin as early as this week, but only if Russia has not launched its assault on Ukraine. And we know the Kremlin already gave its commanders the green light for an invasion.
Congressman Rob Wittman, vice-ranking member of the House Armed Services Committee, joins us now. So you just heard it there from Carly. Obviously, Russia gave the order already. So is this supposed meeting with Putin, is that enough to deter him? Because what's to say that he's not going to just turn around after that meeting and invade anyway?
Ashley, I don't think it's enough to deter him. I think he's made up his mind. If you look at the military units that he has deployed there on the border, he now has not removed the troops from Belarus. You see pro-Russian separatists bombing railroad stations and schools. You see the cyber attack has begun. Listen, I think Putin is on his way to an invasion. He is resolute in what he is going to do in Ukraine, and I don't think that anything that the Biden administration does is going to dissuade him.
Yeah, and you know, you got to think about the ramifications here, from an increase in gas prices here at home to long-term ramifications like a potential global shakeup of world order. What kind of impact would a Russian invasion have on Ukraine for all of us?
Well, I think the world will be watching, and I believe that countries like China and their leader Xi Jinping is watching very intently about what the U.S. reaction is, what the world reaction is, because that sets the stage for what China potentially does with Taiwan. I believe this administration's abysmal failure in Afghanistan has set the stage for where we are today in this potential Russian invasion of Ukraine. In fact, I would argue it's not potential anymore. It has begun in its early phases.
Now, the Biden administration's position is that sanctions should only be used as a deterrent factor. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky wants sanctions now. What's your take on that?
Well, listen, I think sanctions should have begun months ago. We've seen this buildup happen. Things like sanctioning the Nord Stream 2 pipeline should have been incrementally put in place. As we've seen Russia building up, that would be the way to deter them. The only thing that Putin understands is strength. And doing things after the fact, I think, are not going to be a way to dissuade him. He is resolute in saying that he is going to take Ukraine. He's been saying that for years. He sees Ukraine potentially entering NATO as a threat. And he also sees two things happening there as a threat to Russia.